Top Slatter with GTA Sports, and welcome to another edition of GTA's ISO Mode. If you haven't already, follow GTA Sports Network and GTA Heat Check on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, GTA Sports. And don't forget GTAsports.com for all things in war sports. And before we get started, make sure you check out New Age Elements. We got the Heat Check hats, the joggers. I don't got it on right now, but y'all know. The joggers, jogger season. Go get your joggers. Heat Check joggers, hats, t-shirts. NAElements.net. And today we're going to be discussing the future of the Phoenix Suns, a team that I've been rooting for because arguably one of the greatest point guards in history, Chris Paul, has been a part of this team and led them to the finals a couple seasons ago. I've really been hoping that he could get over the hump and get a ring because his career is well documented, well decorated. The only thing he doesn't have is an NBA championship to his name. Olympic gold medalist. He got the stats from team to team to team to team. He's led multiple franchises far and deep into the playoffs. I mean, the man has made history on more than one occasion. However, Chris Paul is not the subject of conversation today. What we're talking about today isn't even Robert Sarver selling the team. I'm going to save that for the podcast. Shout out to Antonio Turner, but we're going to address that on the podcast. So make sure you follow GTA Heat Check for that. What we're going to address today is two players that I love their game, but I knew this day was coming. As a person that's followed the Phoenix Suns as they've advanced and made these deep playoff runs, finals appearances, flamed out in the Western Conference Finals against the Mavericks last year. What do you do when you have a veteran like Jay Crowder, who is definitely a locker room guy? He's been around the league. He's played with multiple All-Star, Hall of Famer level players. He adapts well to his environment wherever he goes. He's an impact player. When he's on the court, he usually is an impact player. What do you do with a Jay Crowder when you have an up-and-coming Cameron Johnson? At some point, they're going to come to a head because you got to determine these players play the same position. They play the power forward position. At what point do you decide, okay, as much as we love Jay Crowder's leadership, veteran experience, locker room chemistry, we have to decide to either give Jay Crowder the time he's been getting or decrease his minutes to increase Cameron Johnson's minutes and get him acclimated to playing starter level minutes. As somebody who uses the Phoenix Suns on 2K and understands their roster structure, I seen this coming. I mean, it was inevitable. You have to give Cameron Johnson the time to play and grow. You drafted him. So you have money, time invested in this project. Now in this Cameron Johnson. He's a great player, great shooter. He's got the length to defend. His ceiling is obviously higher. So what you do with that, I mean, you have to understand everything that's great comes to an end. And Jay Crowder's time in Phoenix is all but over. I mean, they've already reports just came out, according to Woj, and multiple sources at ESPN, Brian Windhorst as well, that they're going to shut down Jay Crowder. He's not going to participate. Shut him down and try to get him traded. He doesn't want to be there. He had made a tweet and deleted it, but they, basically reported on it that he, with everything that was going on leading up to training camp with Sarver and everything else that was going on, that he obviously doesn't want to be there. I think he already knows that they're going to start and use Cameron Johnson more than they're going to use him. He feels like he has some left in the tank, which I don't disagree with that. Jay Crowder is relatively healthy. You don't hear about Jay Crowder being injured too much. He's pretty durable. Yes, he is in his, late 30s, mid to late 30s. But again, you drafted Cameron Johnson. You pay him and Jay Crowder basically the same money. So at some point, you were going to have to make a decision. Him being a free agent, you don't want to pay him more money that could be taken and given to a player with a higher ceiling like a Cameron Johnson. So this is not really rocket science. This is basketball. Basketball is a business, as Kevin Durant told you in his media day presser. Basketball is a business, and it's a young man's game. You have veterans sprinkled across the league that are still doing their thing. No disrespect to them. We salute you for staying that healthy and being able to play the game at that level still, even in your twilight years. However, the NBA drafts every year. So you have players coming in 18, 19, 20 every year. It cycles out. So there's only so many players in positions and spots to get your minutes. There's only so many minutes that you can give out. So I'm not disappointed in the Phoenix Suns for making that decision to go ahead and start Cameron over Jay Crowder and basically forcing Jay Crowder to, demand a trade or request a trade to get his way out of Phoenix. And then they're pretty much obliging that by not having him, participate in practice or training camp, to basically not risk an injury. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, the window for this franchise championship aspirations is already closed, in my opinion. You're in the Western Conference, and I can name 5 teams better than Phoenix. Maybe even more. 5 for sure. With the Clippers resurrecting this season, with John Wall looking relatively healthy in practice and warm-ups that the team has been posting on social media, you have a bigger issue. If you're the Phoenix Suns, the league does not have enough space for you to rise again right now. There are teams better than you right now that can take you out in the best of 7, and they know it. Because when you re-signed DeAndre Ayton for all that money, what you did was effectively lock in this roster. This is pretty much the roster you're going to have because they decided to pay DeAndre Ayton all that money. They were pretty much forced to do it thanks to the Indiana Pacers. But when you do a move like that, what you have is basically what they did for DeAndre Ayton, to make a comparison, is the same thing Dallas wasn't trying to do with Jalen Brunson. The reason why Jalen Brunson got all that $104 million out of New York, they didn't care. They didn't give a damn. They had nothing to lose. Dallas, on the other hand, would have been stuck with that roster as constructed. They couldn't make any more moves. So they had to get rid of, or let Jalen Brunson pretty much get a better deal somewhere else and let him walk, because they didn't want to keep that roster. They wanted to keep building around Luka Doncic and build a championship team. And when you have, again, just to name a few, the Dallas Mavericks were literally a game or two away from the finals last year against the Warriors. You got the Memphis Grizzlies, who were a Ja Morant knee injury away from beating the Warriors. You have the LA Clippers, who are better than the Lakers. I'm sorry, Tone, but you and I both know the Lakers are better, or the Clippers are better than the Lakers as of right now. You have what other team in the West is a big threat for them? You still got Golden State. Let me not, I can't not mention Golden State. Like, they're the defending champions for a reason. Dame will be back. Not saying they're going to be a championship threat, but they're definitely going to make a playoff push. The New Orleans Pelicans are still in the conversation. See, if I even take Portland out and stop there you put the Pelicans at 5, that's 5 teams right there. And I didn't even mention the Denver Nuggets. I mean, and it's just the Western teams. I got to throw the Lakers in there because LeBron and Anthony Davis and, and Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook as of right now. So I can't not mention the Lakers. There are teams better than Phoenix right now. And it hurts me to say that. Chris Paul, your best bet might be to just join up with Bron and try to make a run. Or go to Brooklyn and try to make a run. Because he's on non-guaranteed contracts at this point. Chris Paul's a free agent now after this season. His deal is pretty much up, so I don't see him getting another deal. I think he's pretty much done. Or at this point, he won't get no more big paydays. It'll be a veteran minimum, and he needs to take that to go and get a ring. He has to ring chase at this point, or else he's just gonna be another one of the greats with no rings. This is Ty Slatter. Follow us on GTA Sports Network, GTA Heat Check on all the platforms. Subscribe to your channel, GTA Sports. Don't forget GTASports.com and New Age Elements. For all things in world sports, it's Ty Slatter. Until next time.